Hey, so I am taking a break from practicing because I was bored. So I asked on several different places for people to ask me questions so that I would answer them in a video, just so that I would have something to do. So I'm gonna start with the ones that I got on Facebook first, just because there's more of them. Um, the first question comes from Cassie. Um, Not to be confused with Cassie, who was my neighbor and lived behind me. Hip bump Cassie. Um, so Cassie's question was, "How much do you miss me?" I actually miss Cassie a lot. I do, mainly because she was never anything but like the biggest sweetheart to me ever. Like, I met her senior year, and it's funny because there are people. That was my phone being loud. There are people that I've known for I don't even know how long that don't even like keep or try and keep in contact with me now that I've left for college. And Cassie's always like sending me messages and trying to talk to me and stuff like that, and that means a lot to me. So I miss you a lot. And hopefully I'll be able to visit soon. So we'll see what happens. Sheila sent me a question in a text, so I'm gonna skip hers for now. Tierney asks, what is your strangest fear, and are there any childhood memories that brought this fear on, or did it just grow on you? Uh, I'm not afraid of a lot of things. I used to be afraid of the dark, but I don't think that's a strange fear. A lot of people were scared of the dark when they were younger. Um, I think my strangest fear would have to be my fear of clowns. And I know this is weird because I know a lot of people that love clowns, and I hate them. I'm scared of them. I don't like them. Like, no. Um, and I think, when I was a kid, I had this nightmare when I was 4, and I remember vividly that this like creepy clown it was like a little clown doll too. It wasn't like a legit clown person, and the little clown doll was trying to take over the world somehow. So what it would do is it would come up to you and it would look at you, and if you looked it in the eyes, it would kill you. And when it killed you, it made a clone of you. So the clone of you, would look just like you, but it was being controlled by that clown. And like the clone though wouldn't be able to like live past, I think it was like 3 days. After 3 days, the clone would just die. So the end of the nightmare was that I was driving home with my mom, and my mom it was a clone mom, meaning my mom was dead. So, and the clone's eyes flash green, and it just like falls onto the steering wheel, and like the car crashes and I die too. So I know it's kind of ridiculous, but that's a pretty intricate dream for a 4-year-old to have, so I think my fear is a bit justified for that. uh, Eric asks what I think of Barack Obama. um, I mean, I have a lot of thoughts on Barack Obama, but I think he's doing a pretty good job, considering, people give him a lot of crap saying, like, oh, he's not doing this, he's not doing that. But when you think about it, they don't think about the 8 years that George Bush spent screwing up this country, and Obama had to come in and fix most of that before he could move forward. So, I think all that, and considering all of that, he has done a lot of stuff and pushed a lot of things forward. So he's getting there, and, we just have to be patient. But I'm just, a lot of people talk a lot of shit about him, but I would definitely rather have Obama in the White House than John McCain or Sarah Palin. So, yeah. Um, Annabelle asks, and that song is playing again, and I'm going to change that. I love that song, but no. Alright. Annabelle asks, if you could go anywhere right now, where would you go? I would go to Miami and hug my grandma. That's it. I miss my grandma a lot, so that's what it would happen. Um, Alla asks, this is the best question ever. She asks, what defines a shit show? A shit show is like a hot mess. Like when you go to a party and somebody drops something and you're just like, oh, shit show. Like, that's embarrassing. Or anything that's just like out of the ordinary and just like kind of embarrassing, to me, that's a shit show. Like, yeah. So that's a shit show, and shit show is one of the new phrases that I've learned, and Ella actually taught it to me, and I think it's hilarious. So thank you for asking that. Sky says, "How many licks does it get to take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop?" I actually tried counting when I was like 10, and I got up to like, I think it was like 300 licks, and then I got tired of counting. So I don't know how much or how many licks it takes, but I know it's more than like 300 because I was like, well, I don't want to demonstrate, but yeah. All right. So now we're gonna go to the questions that were left for me in my ask. Um, Dylan says, "Build a time machine in your video." So, okay, I'm gonna build it in front of you. So I've got a Sharpie and a piece of paper. All right. I am building a time machine is what I'm doing, in case you're wondering. Time is at 9:30 here. Oh god. Okay. You can't see it. This is my time machine. It's a clock. It doesn't look like it would do anything, but I don't want to demonstrate my magic skills on camera. So, just trust me when I say that this works. That was my time machine. Okay. Next question comes from Misery So Addictive. And I'm going to stick with usernames for now because I don't want to mispronounce anybody's name. And the question is, I love you, I love you, I love you. In your video, you should mention how much I love you. Okay? So I'm mentioning how much you love me. Thank you. I love you too. I don't really know where else to go with that except for that. And I got a question from Twizzlers and Cameras saying, I am so bored. Tell me a story. Okay, here's a story. There was this kid named Joey. And Joey couldn't sleep. So Joey went out for a drive and ended up encountering a major shit show. There we go. Now we're using the word in context. And because of this, Joey didn't sleep. So Joey got home and went to bed at around 9 in the morning, woke up at 5 p.m., and is now wired. The end. Did you tell it that was a true story? Because it was. Alright. So the last question from Sheila, which she texted to me. The question is, why don't you come live with me in my room in Miami and we can snuggle forever and save up money to go live in the UK? That is a fantastic question, and I don't know. We need to make that happen. I don't know about living in your room because it might get crowded with all my music stuff, but we can figure this out. But only if we go to Bristol, then we can do that. So hopefully, oh, my Facebook is like freaking out. Hopefully, let me see. In case someone else asks me questions now, because I don't want to exclude anyone. Nope, that was it. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the lovely background music by Florence and the Machine. And I'm going to go practice now, because I really need to get back to that. Thanks, guys. That was awkward. I was going to go, and then press the button to stop, and then the mouse, wasn't on it. So, one more time. Bye.